I want to start with a review of two concepts: React component state and array destructuring syntax. It will make learning use state much easier. What is state all about? When you learn to use Redux, you learned how to keep global state in the Redux store, to which any component can connect to access that state. With the useState hook, we are not talking about Redux state. Instead, we're talking about component state, which is data that React itself stores for a specific component. This can also be called local state because it's local to that component. You learned in the React course that in class components, you can create local component state using the class constructor method and a this.state object. Let's look at an example of a class component that uses component state. Inside this class component's constructor, I've created a state value named color and initialized it with the string red. I've created a handleClick method that uses React's this.setState method to change that color to blue, and I've bound that method in the constructor. Inside the render method, I'm returning this div that contains an h1 element and a button. I've applied a style to set the background color of the h1 element to whatever color is in this.state.color. And I've set up the button to call the handleClick method when clicked. Here it is in the browser. This red background will turn blue when I click this button, like that. Now, we could take for granted that when I click this button and the handleClick method sets this.state.color to blue, the browser will magically update with that color. But there's a reason that the browser updates when the color is changed, and that reason is this. All React components will automatically re-render if any of the state or prop data in it changes. That's how React is designed to work. When state or prop data changes, React re-renders any affected components and any direct child components and updates the browser DOM as needed. This is important to understand and to not take for granted. It doesn't happen on its own. React makes this happen. This may make more sense if I show you what happens if I don't use state and setState. Let's say I just have a normal class variable, this.color. Because I'm not using this.state, React will not recognize this as part of the component state. In the handleClick method, I'll replace this.setState with this line to set this.color to blue. With state values, we must use setState instead of assigning a new value, but we can't use setState for non-state values. Let me add a console log here to prove to you that the value of this.color changes. Then instead of this.state.color, I'll use this.color here for the background of the h1. Now when I click this button, the background color does not change this time. And if you look at the console, we can see that the handleClick method did run because it logged the value of this.color as blue. This is because we've changed the value, but it's not a state or prop value. That's been updated by setState, so React won't automatically re-render this component. Now, we could use JavaScript DOM manipulation methods to set the background color directly, but this is not the way that React is designed to work. React uses a declarative approach where we tell React what we want to see using JSX, state, and props. Then React handles updating the DOM for us in a consistent, optimized way. In summary, component state values and the props that are created with them are special values in React because any updates to them will cause components to automatically re-render. Now let's review the array destructuring syntax.